What is going on, guys? So this Sunday I'm gonna do a little video, just go over some stuff. I was rewatching my previous video, and honestly, I didn't even go over why I believe we're going through a recession. I kind of have it in my head, like if you keep up with like the stuff, at least the people that short trade or short-term trade alongside me, that we just keep up with this stuff, so we know, when I say stuff, it's kind of like I expect everybody know what I'm talking about, but I'm not keeping everybody up to date with this stuff. So I know you're not going to know anything I talk about, really. It's just my way of thinking. When I make these videos, I don't bring out a sketchbook or I don't write down stuff. I literally wing it. So I'm going to go over the exactly why I think we're going to recession. For sure, I do think we're in a bear market. And I do think a lot of assets topped back in Q4 of last year, so like December and November. And from here, we're just going to go lower. Now, the reasons why it would be a bear market is because we have midterms. During midterms, liquidity is pretty much put to a halt or starts to drop. So the global M2 was always going up, but if you look at, it's like the super, I had it on X. It's like the top nations. Liquidity globally for those top nations is going down. So asset classes would go down as well. S&P 500 hit our target price. The way I see it, we did have a nasty pullback on Friday. And because this thing has been chopping the last couple months, I think it's going to just keep doing that till we just get a massive nuke. Either it could be news catalyst, or it could just be from Fed reports that just makes the market finally cave. And it's honestly due because we've had this nonstop up the last 3 to 4 years. It's literally been nonstop up, except for the tariffs, which was just a scare. We still held a high time frame, like bullish range. So the way I see it, S&P 500 is probably gonna tank more April, May. That's my belief. We're gonna I think we're gonna mess around here for a bit before we finally get that nuke down, and all asset classes will drop. The only thing that's been resilient really with the nuke has been AI stocks. They're holding up pretty well. Example like Nvidia, Palantir have been doing really well, and I have shorts on. And SNDK and MU, you know what? I think they can go higher. They haven't broken high time frame bullish chart pattern, but low time frame is making me think, okay, if we stay on this path, then obviously they're going to finally break down. So I would think short term, it's probably not the best move to go long. Energy plays, like those were the only things really to go long, but I've already closed out all my plays. Again, why I believe we're also in a bear market is because energy stocks during bear markets do exceptionally well. So like CVE, TTE, another position, those for energy stocks I had mentioned. With some of you guys, I don't think everybody, if I have you for like swing trades or long-term trading, I'm not going to give all the plays because it's irrelevant to you. It's just noise. It's not going to benefit you. Really what benefits all of us in this bear market is to buy on these big names that we know long-term are going to do exceptionally well. So at least for the year, I do think SPY, if we put a ruler, will come down another 10%. So 10 right here is almost 10%. This is 8% from the highs to the lows. Am I recording? I'm not even recording. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'll fix that later. And then if we do another 10% right here, that would bring us down here to 587. I think is a considerable, I think it's a good theory that we're gonna, or good guess that we're gonna come down here. However, I want to also point out that in bear markets, you still get plenty of rallies. So I think April, May, we'll get our nuke. But from there, I would say like early summer or like going into early summer, I think we're going to bounce. So you don't want to go short. I think once we get this final nuke, then you want to start positioning, or at least dollar cost average, and then expect the bounce. And then I think end of the year, we'll get our final pullback, at least for this bear market. Now this is my best case because I do believe we're in a bear market. Now, if we do get a recession, the market needs to reset. Bond market needs to reset, and it's showing signs of coming down. Again, causation, correlation. So the correlation meaning that unemployment and inflation are going up. If energy stocks, for example, if oil is going up, which it did, we had the oil price surge, another indicator of recession. Inflation goes up if utilities go up. So oil, everybody's focused on spending more money on everyday costs. So it'd be like electric, everything, and everything uses oil. If oil goes up, then the cost of living goes up, inflation goes up. So what is the correlation to, or the causation of, when it comes to unemployment? Well, if stocks tank, the causation would be more layoffs. So unemployment would skyrocket as well. So this all lines up to me, especially with the 2-year bond and the 10-year yield. Well, 10-year yield is a little more different, but at least with the 2-year bonds, it looks to me like it needs to reset. And I think that'd be a perfect setup for us to like reset the bond market. So that way in the next 3, 4, 5 years, we can see another huge increase or price movement up. And I think that's very possible, especially with AI and a lot of things like robotics, self-driving, that are going to be a product of AI, which are just going to be, I think, their own asset classes. Or robotics already is, but they're going to be bigger name asset classes because of AI. So again, another recession indicator is a blow off top in heavy metals. I had told myself if we get that, then there's a good chance we're getting a recession, but there's no guarantee. I just believe 100% we're in a bear market. Best move, just dollar cost average on massive sell days. So I think we do have one more nuke, at least April, May, and then we'll bounce somewhere in the summer, and then finally have our leg down. That's my best case. Worst case, honestly, would be us just messing around up here. If we put in let's say a low in short term, and then the market keeps on going up to try to fight and bring up a new all-time high, or at least double top, so come back here, that's very bad. Because the more time we spend up here messing around, especially during a midterm year, I could see this being like a worst case scenario, that the years further out, we don't see more upside. It's better during these next 2 years to get the pain over with, so that we can have higher upside. Otherwise, there's going to be more reason. There's going to be more. Best way to kind of like make sense of it is the market needs to reset, so that way it can find more like reasons to keep shooting up. So when we have more bad news in the future, it can still keep setting, similar to this, like no matter what goes on. So the market needs to reset, basically. That's pretty much it. As you can see, I fucking I need to stop swearing. I wing it. Some of the stuff I say doesn't make sense, and it's just all what I get from my experience of the markets and just bobbled up. So yeah, I just have short trades right now. Let's see. Look at some charts. SNDK, I think it can go higher. It's still like high time frame, pretty bullish, but yeah, this is tough. This is a nice sell-off. So if it can't hold in this area, basically, and it goes a little bit lower, and if it breaks super trend, then it's going down for sure. Yeah. Crypto. Basically, altcoins, guys. Just don't buy altcoins. Just get Bitcoin if you're gonna get crypto. Crypto proxies, MSTR. I've bought a couple shares. Nothing crazy. I really thought we could get that pump to 80K, but now I don't think so. I think there's a very good chance MSTR could go to 75, under 100, within the next 6 months. And if it does, that's the best buying opportunity. Remember, MSTR is basically, you're getting a premium on Bitcoin. It's a leveraged proxy to Bitcoin. They're the largest private holder of Bitcoin. The amount of money they have in assets on hold, if it goes down here, the company's fine. A lot of what they do, like in terms of like buying Bitcoin, it's all like senior notes. So, and a lot of those they don't have to like convert till like 2028 and further. So honestly, they have nothing to worry about. Let's see, Circle. I have a short on Circle. I do think low time frame we're going to 110. Like somewhere around this super trend. I can see a short term. I have it basically going to right here. Yeah. Coin doesn't look too bad. It's above the 200 SMA. It's on the 1 hour though. If it can't get above here, we're going lower. It's gonna go back in here basically. Worst case in here. It all depends what happens in the next 6 months. Hood. I thought Hood could hold strong and break above the super trend, but now I don't know. Putting in a new bottom. Yeah, a lot of these just want to sell off. I still have my Iran puts. I think Iran's gonna go a lot lower. Yeah, I'll just end it right here. You guys have a good weekend. Be safe out there. All right, you guys take it easy.